But yeah, I'm going to need more sand to be sold, really. Whoop. Pop. Alright, let's have a quick look in the storage. Storage is good. Now, can I collect these items from the ground? Yes, I can. Oh, that's glorious. I find that extremely pleasing. Now, what I don't want to do is to approach this corner at an awkward angle, because then I'll dig into it at an awkward angle as well. There we go. I do need to be able to see, in a sense, why can I not? Oh, I see. I was going to say, I need to be able to see the area directly above me, because that's how I'm going to know that I'm still within the right area, is based on what floor is above me. Yeah. This is absolutely amazing. It's at this point that you get to a stage where it's like, how would you dig any other way? Use pickaxes to dig? Savages. How did you get anything done? Excavators on the market, but not a skid steer. I need to go up and shunt that across. Yeah, Gecko. That's happened to me so many times. I've been bumped off a bridge by wildlife. It is no fun. Not even the slightest bit of fun. Now, I've got plenty of masonry mortar. So I need to make sure that that is available to the rest of the buildings so that they can start building with it. Let's move some of this down, though, so there's enough room in there. This can go into the chests. There we are. I'm going to make sure the rest of this masonry mortar is up here. There we go. Perfect. Mom's turn is continuing. Oh, you know what? I should probably set up a little buy order for coal or charcoal. Oh, wow. Let me see. Actually, do I have any money is the question at this point. Yeah, I've got 10.5. Let me set up a buy order. I hate the feeling that people are going out of pocket giving me things. More than happy to buy it, though. Right, how much is charcoal on the market? It's, well, actually, it's quite a divergent price. Wow, Aslan is selling it for crazy amounts. But no, I'll happily. Oh, that's selling it. Happily buy it. Let's put a limit to 40 and 0.01. There you go. There you go. Load on up. I have curiosity for those of you who are dealing with trading. Someone mentioned to me earlier. I'll actually very quickly load that coal up, and I'll be able to buy more off you, Night Crusade. It's just I don't want to leave an unreserved purchase order there, because that is one very fast way for me to fill up all of my stockpiles with coal. Like, I'm willing to fill all of my kilns to capacity with the coal, if you're willing to sell it to me. So by all means, just load it up. But yeah, someone said they would sell something for 0.0 1 or something coal, and sorry, like 0.001, and I was like, but it only goes down so far. I've never been able to make it actually stick anything lower than that. It always shows 0 as the number. I've got room for another 40 and more besides, I imagine. Have I got any more room? Let me shut these up out of the way. Okay. I can take another 40 off you if you've got it for sale. But at that point, my kilns are all currently fully fueled, so I won't be able to buy any more. Well, thank you, mate. But is there a way to actually sell things for a smaller fraction than 0.01? Because if there is, I have not seen it. I think lag was stopping me from digging there. I'll be quite careful with what I do at that point. Oh, future planets set up a currency exchange for 0.01 of silver to one of their currency. Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Because I was fairly certain I had already, actually thoroughly investigated that. And it was not possible, but that makes a whole heck of a lot of sense. Clever, very clever. I approve of that cleverness. This thing is amazing. Just chomping through everything here. Inventory too heavy though. Okay, let's go and shift this up. But this is a reward for building up to this point, is you get to do things like this. Is you get to mine with these sorts of things. Well, this gets to be at the bottom of the page here. Let's drop all that off. Now, if I can, I would like to shunt that up into the storage. Right, I don't need... Oh, no, I kind of do need that coal available. I'm going to remove coal as a purchased good for now. Yeah. That way it shouldn't cause me any great issue. I've only got 6 glass, unfortunately, and 124 bricks, which isn't so bad. Need some more square pots, some more round. Well, no, I'll wait until those get sold, actually. Fairly happy with the statues. I think I'm almost out of otter statues. think in general that's not too bad. Yeah, Dunkirk, that is true. Hopefully we can get a treasurer reasonably soon and they can start shifting the comrade clovers out. Because once that happens, I suspect... I mean, it's initially going to be... I suspect it'll be a slow take-up first. I sincerely believe that it'll be gradual, not instant, not even close to instant. People will gradually pick up the comrade clovers. But it'll be really important when they do. Yeah. Have they already used up all the limestone? They have. Wow. Well played. Now, I'm imagining that... Yeah, we're getting very close to the front now. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So we need about... I'm considering just sinking down a hole just so that I can see that I've reached... Well, where do we want it to start? Where do we want the point in here to start? I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. If a large stockpile is something like 12 by 12 by 11, I think. I would say I could go down by 5 or 6 each. Like each one of these rooms is 5 tall and it gives me a nice vaulted space. I would like to have each floor be 5 tall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down there. And we're going to want to create a line in the sand here, basically. Oh my lord, this pick is a fantastic thing. Truly. Now, I need to remember that I do actually want to take it down 1 extra layer than this. But this will be good enough. Can I get hold of the watered stone? I can, perfect. This will be a floor. And it's just there so I can count. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 2 more bricks beyond that. And that will give me the dimensions of the storage that I need. What kind of game is this, Aavak? Hey, Dane. This is a... It's a... What sort of game it is? It's a hard one to put into a single category, but I will do my best. The game is an ecological building crafting sim. The objective of the game is perhaps a better indication of what the game is. There is a calamity. It's in early access. So some of the systems are kind of placeholders, but there is a calamity, and it will eventually be that in the end game. But they are also looking at other ones. But right now there's just one, and that is a meteor is coming towards the planet. In a set amount of days, it'll hit the planet, and it'll really damage the ecology. The ecology is very heavily simulated. Plants, animals, pollution. It's quite... It's in a good balance right now, but if the meteor hits, it's going to ecologically damage the world. So, everyone starts in probably medieval level of technology, like maybe even a bit earlier. And they can learn specializations. You've got to work as a group because at the default settings, you won't be able to do everything you need to try and stop the meteor. Basically, you've got to rise up from a very like hunter-gatherer society all the way through industrialization to advanced electronics and such to be able to build a laser to shoot down the meteor. You gain skills by doing things. You also gain skills based on time that's passed. The game is balanced in such a way that one person is not going to be able to do everything to achieve this. You are going to have to interact with other people. You can change the settings to allow for that, but by and large, you will have to go quite far down certain trees. Like I'm very specialized as a mason, but there are so many different other jobs that's in this. Let me show you. I'm specialized in a mason, and I haven't even actually completely finalized masonry. There's carpentry, and each one of these is a skill. This is just a broad category. Each of these is a skill. There's chefs, engineering, farming, hunting, smithing, survival, and tailoring. And they're going to expand these out over time. So as you can imagine, a lot of people are in here, and these are the amount of people who are at each skill level and is available for someone to ask for help. For example, cutting edge cooking. There's one user, Nobu. They're the only person who can do it. Advanced cooking, Shilab and Nobu and Sid. They're all level 7, so they can do quite a lot of things. Advanced baking. Somebody's at level 7. Shilab's at level 3. You know, there's all sorts of things. And based on these skills and combinations thereof, you can eventually build the materials you need to stop the meteor. Now, do you know what the absolute minimum of players is needed to take down the meteor is? Asking because I'd like to know before I try talking my friends to this. Well, like I said, you can actually set the game world settings to be such that one person could do it. It's based on the settings. Broadly speaking, when you set up a server, you can set it to the collaboration levels. At no collaboration, the server is balanced for 1 to 3 players. 3 players will probably have a comfortable time. But one person is going to have to be, going to have to plan a little bit, but is generally going to be able to do it. You can also extend the amount of time that it takes the meteor to land, or simply remove it from the game altogether. You can just have this be a little civilization sim if you want it to be. More of a Minecraft server without any strict, galvanizing goal. And you can have all the time in the world to do what you want at that point. But if you have the meteor, and if you've got it set to 30 real life days, as is the default for a server, then if you have the collaboration settings set to no collaboration, then it's balanced for 1 to 3 players to be able to achieve it. If it's low collaboration, then it's balanced for 3 to 10 players. Medium collaboration is 10 to 30, and then high collaboration is 30 players plus. The game has simulated politics, simulated economy, like the currency in the game. We've made that, and we've agreed on that. Prior to this, it was barter economy completely. Leafin started minting coins called silver clovers, and gradually the economy adjusted to the amount of silver clovers that were in circulation and how all of that is working. There's a lot to do in the game. And one of the ways that you gain skills is based on, and don't worry, I will take this, by the way, is based on you gain 1 skill point per real life day, 24 hours. These are multipliers. So in total, I'm multiplying the skill I gain from doing an action and the overall speciality skill points I gain by 110 times. So I gain 110 skin points every 24 hours that go towards unlocking new specialities for me. Or I'll gain 110 times more experience from performing a craft towards getting better in that craft. Because within each craft, The stars, the speciality points, allow me to unlock a branch of skill, like allow me to start on pottery. But once I've done that, it's how much pottering I do, pottering around, it's how much I work with clay and work with pottery dictates how I advance through that skill track. On that note, I want to make it so that my kilns require less resources, but require better rooms to do it in. And so on and so forth. Yeah, low would be what you would aim for if you've got 3 to 4 friends for it. But yeah, I hope that answered all your questions. If anyone else has any other questions, by all means, I'm happy to answer them while you've got my attention. Now, I believe I needed to take it a couple more spaces forward. And that will just give me the stockpile in here. Now, this is just the point of the wall. I want to be able to walk around this, and I'm going to want to walk around the back of it as well. In fact, I'm going to want to be able to build all sorts of other things. Now, initially, all of the mining was done like by hand. But as people have advanced, new vehicles have become available to us. You know, initially we were just walking around with wooden carts, but then, you know, came the age of trucks, and initially it was the steam truck, and then after that came the modern truck, gasoline-powered truck, and so on and so forth. My inventory's too heavy again. I'm going to need to empty that out. Aavak, stockpile has path all around it. Oh, yes, I know. But what I was referring to with this is only halfway up. The stockpile is going to be another whole floor deeper into the ground. I want to be able to put machines on this level, ideally. Well, one level below it. I want the level to be 5 tall as well. That way, because the way that everything needs access to the stockpile to be able to take out and put in, I'll be able to surround it with dozens and dozens of machines, potentially. Maybe not quite as many, because I'm going to have very limited space around the perimeter here, but I'll do what I can at the very least. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Leafin, and he's talking about Silver Cloak. Leafin created the Silver Cloak, as you understand. Sucks up more money, more problems. But no, let's change a log for 1 coin. What was he talking about? The pricing of things is a hell of a problem. It still won't solve the fact that some people just suck with money. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Leafin, I have been saying constantly that a new currency will change nothing. I don't think it's an instant solution, but it will help, says David. Everyone is able to make a mint and currency for people to use. That still doesn't help for many reasons. One, people have to use that currency. A new currency will let us reset all things that are valued as essentially 0.01 to 1 or higher, and then actually distinguish between their value without expecting people to sacrifice their current balance. No, exactly, Duncurtin. While Leafin is correct, the thing that Leafin isn't addressing is granality. Leafin is kind of not seeing the granality problem. It's like resolution. Think about the resolution in an old security camera versus today's very modern security cameras. An old security camera might not be able to make out text on because the smallest pixel it was dealing with that the camera could track was bigger than the entire piece of text on a card held by someone at a distance of like 10 meters from the camera. Modern camera can read that text. Granality is an important thing. When you compress data, when you compress information down, but you don't have fine enough granality to preserve the value of that data, it's no longer lossless. It's the same with you know, to make a comparison. It's modern cryptography and indeed when you're zipping a file, you've got lossless storage versus lossful storage. You can compress down text to a certain degree, and you might be willing to get one word wrong every now and then, but there's a certain point where you need granularity of that data, otherwise you are losing information. And what David's saying there is that if you have the smallest denominator is 0.01 for something, then 1,000 things could be at 0.01. But within that, there's wild variations in what one thing is worth over another. 1 grain of sand, the smallest I could charge for it is 0.01. 1 block of sand, like sandstone, the smallest I can charge is 0.01. In terms of mass alone, there's a massive value difference there, but I can't charge less than 0.01, even if that grain of sand is worth less. But because there are only 8,000 silver clovers, there's a certain realistic limit to how much I can charge for a thing and reasonably expect anyone to be able to buy it. So I have to lose information at the very lowest point of that. Can't have numbers more than 0 or 1. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind if we change the accounts on that. I'm just saying, it's not going to solve the problem. I might be reading that wrong, but to me that just sounds like, if I price this for 0.01, I feel robbed. Like Aavak wanting to pay for sand that people are throwing at him, but the minimum price he can buy the sand for affects the price of glass. Yes, my glass has to be more expensive because I can only buy the sand for 0.01. That's a very concise way of pointing at a problem. The sand price has to go up, but if the sand price goes up, then the next thing more valuable than sand needs to go up in price as well, and that keeps trickling up until eventually you get to cars. Cars should be significantly more expensive than they are, but they, you know, there's basically a loss of the granularity and the data that we're able to store with this currency based on its practical use. Practically, most people do not have 100 silver clovers to spend on something, and technically we can't charge less than 0.01 for them. It's a really interesting one. Hey Detrius, good night mate. I hope you enjoyed the stream. But yes, it is time for more stream battles.